This is Charlie Parsons for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on DAZN. Big dog.
Oh my God.
Troy Deeney.
How are
you? I'm good, my brother. Lovely to see you. A little bit different circumstances to our be on the play. We're on a jet.
Yeah. Is it normal for you then?
No.
Is that normal?
No, it will never be normal. It will never be normal. We are living very comfortably, I must say. I'm living well beyond my means. Did AK on the way in. Yourself now. I think fair to just do a little roundup of the weekend sporting events, if we can.
I think also it's important that we let people know why we're on this jet. It might seem like we live in a lavish lifestyle, but we've made a trip up this morning to see a young man who's been given cancer, been given some bad news, not long to live. So, you know, our mutual friend decided that it'd be good and quicker for everyone to fly up. So we flew up, me, Amir, yourself, all happy. I'm just gonna hold it. Me, Amir, and yourself flew up today, give him a bit of cheer, and obviously gives you a bit of a reality check, you know what I mean? So for all of this lavish stuff that we happen to live life quite well, it's always good to send a bit of cheer to somebody else, you know what I mean?
I think also when you do something like that, makes you realise how quick life can really strike you. And I mean, I can't talk for me, but for people of yourself and Amir's calibre, to be able to give back and do that to someone, that puts that real smile on their face in. It's quite a hard time.
It's all the same as well. He's a great kid. And Amir was in and you're interviewing me, by the way, in the background. Look at him.
Absolutely having it on. Right, let's go into the weekend sporting events.
Yeah.
Firstly, Daniel Dubois. I didn't see it come in.
No.
Brutal performance over Anthony Joshua. 5th round stoppage. What have we got here? Bloody hell.
This is not doing well for us saying about go see a young man and putting life into perspective, and you're...
Hey, we didn't pick the means of transport, I must say that.
No, with AJ, gutted for him, bro. Genuinely gutted for him. Dubois looked like a young Mike Tyson in there. He looked like he showed no respect. Didn't feel what was coming back and was going to have a tear up, and it felt like that was his moment and he was not going to let anyone take it. Do you know what I mean? Fair play to him. It's hard to watch your friends like in that situation, but proud of him as always, man. Puts on massive events. Could have stayed down, could have crumbled, could have made excuses. But he doesn't do that, does he? That's not in AJ's nature. So he goes good, and you know, I think he wants to do that Dubois rematch. I think it'll be interesting because I don't know about you, were there. I didn't go. When AJ caught him in the 5th, I was like, slow down, and then he like ran onto another one, and he was like, oh my God. But what it just shows, they can both bang each other out. Do you know what I mean? When
heavyweight boxing, right?
When one of them big boys hit, you're in trouble, and that just looked like Daniel's moment. Fair play to him and his team. But for AJ and the team, it's another rebuild, and they've shown they can do it before, so this is not a path that's good trodden, do you know what I mean?
Troy, it's interesting, and I don't know if you would have ever experienced characters like Daniel on a footballing level, but he doesn't care for media, he doesn't care for anything other than getting in the ring. You saw his ring walk. You know, a lot of people would be fazed by 97, 98,000 people at Wembley, I think it was. When you fight someone like Daniel who just doesn't give a fuck, that's a dangerous opponent to be taken on.
Absolutely, I think, and I was speaking to Amir in the car on the way over, I think all fighters are a little bit crazy. They've all got a little bit of a sadistic side to them. But every now and again you beat a fighter that genuinely doesn't give a fuck. They all say they don't, but every now and again you beat someone that doesn't, and you're like, oh my God, that's a guy with bad intentions. What I think Daniel's done differently to a lot is he was on the rest of a wave going higher, had that loss to Joe Joyce, no excuses, no nothing, went away, rebuilt, restarted, and must have felt in that moment, who gives a fuck what anybody else thinks? Because he was written up. We all wrote him off, didn't we, after Joe Joyce? He's not going to be good enough, blah, 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 blah. And he's just gone like, fuck you, fuck everyone.
I say double dangerous for someone like Daniel, because he's probably the last person that would ever been asked, but he was called a quitter. People wrote him off from very early on.
Yeah,
someone that had I don't want to say blind faith, but Frank Warren, I mean, just had pure faith in him from the start.
Yeah, and it's great. And Frank always backs his fighters. He does. Him and Eddie always have to. I think it's going to be interesting because Frank's got the upper hand on Eddie in the start of the other though. Now Frank's giving Eddie a bit of a whooping, so he needs to sort himself out. But they're both lovely gentlemen. I do feel for Daniel, this is his moment, but I don't think it'll ever be his moment because he doesn't do the media, like you said. He's just he's a fighter's fighter, isn't he?
He done one post-fight interview and it was 1 minute 20. I mean,
Brilliant.
he just doesn't care.
Fucking brilliant. Fair play to him. In a world where people talk too much, he's just going, I'm just going to deliver. And the reason I say it won't ever be his moment because all the talk will be about, will AJ retire? Is he as good as he once was? Was he never that good? When it should be about just what a performance that was and what a spectacle and what an event that was. You know what I mean?
We've seen this morning Anthony Joshua's put a post up who's saying the journey's not finished here, determined to become a 3-time heavyweight champion.
Good face, Steph.
I mean, it's on the
A vehicle. You know,
Diet Coke.
again,
Shooting.
you think I'm like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like I'm egotistical and that. But every now and again, you just have to see. Now, I've got bro. Amir Khan is offering us drinks on the private jet. Like, what's the crack here?
Mental.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, imposter syndrome for me, big time.
Yeah, no, it's just a little bit bad. A little bit bad.
Is there a way back to the top for AJ? He said he's determined to become 3
There's
times.
always a way to the top. I think my concern is like how much more of those type of beatings can you take? I know he hasn't had loads of those, but I think when you're with the big boys and sparring's just dangerous,
Takes it out of you.
do you know what I mean? And I think the beauty of it is to have made as much money as he's made, and still have that mindset and determination to go again. I think he's brilliant. I think we all just want to see him go and get to work now, get back to work and do what AJ does best.
And by the way, I think fair to say British boxing wouldn't be in the position it's in now if Anthony Joshua hadn't done what he'd done in the last 11 years.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think also Tyson Fury plays a big part in that.
As of the last 5 years, yeah, but I'd say the resurgence of British boxing after the Klitschko era.
Yeah, into the mainstream. I think also as well, like people don't give like Derek Chisora the credit he deserves. Like you could go everywhere, but it's a combined effort. Was AJ spearheaded it? Absolutely. But we are in a situation where you just gotta see that it all keeps going. But the beauty of it with His Excellency and the way that he's delivering shows at the moment is AJ losing actually doesn't matter. Whereas before, that would be right. After scrappy if he's finished, you know what I mean?
Is this not a little bit the problem with the narrative and probably something we can have a long, deeper chat about when we do another duo on Beyond the Play? But like, you look at MMA, for example, yeah? These guys, and also Derek Chisora is a good example. He's given British boxing countless moments. He's been written off countless times. Never was elite level as such, but 10, 11, 12 losses or whatever. And always came back. In boxing, you lose, and everyone almost wants to write you off. It's a bit.
Yeah, because Mayweather was the blueprint with the 50 and 0,
and the O,
and everyone was trying to chase that. But then what you have now is someone like Derek. What's Derek lost? 6 times, 7 times, maybe Derek Chisora.
What's that losing?
Yeah,
he's lost like double digits. I think,
double digits
10, 11.
But if I'm going to watch a fight or go to a fight, pay my money, I'm going to watch Derek Chisora fight. Because he's going to give me
I agree.
He's going to throw massive punches. And he might get knocked out, but so might the other geezer. And then he's now become a cult hero because he doesn't give a fuck and he's having it. And I think the way that AJ lost, other than the odd idiot who was trying to give it loads because we live in a world where Twitter and all that gives you a voice, or X gives you a voice. Mate, he's gone out on the shield. That's what we want. Tried to get back up, he couldn't. Got put down 3 times.
Even at the end when he got carried out, he's trying to get himself up.
Yeah, like he's having. By the way, when it was knew it was more or less gone, instead of him trying to jab and hold and run, he went fuck this, dropped his hands and threw a massive right hand a few times. So that's for me. I think credit to both fighters. It was a great night. For English boxing, it's only getting bigger and better.
Is there a route back to the top?
Yeah, of course there is. Because he takes. I think he has to take the rematch if that is an option. He has to take it. But then also, when you look at who else is he? If I said to you now, AJ Dillon White, he'd still have him as favourite. If I said to Derek, he'd have him as favourite. He's trying to go through Joe Joyce, he'd have him as favourite. He's in an uncomfortable position where he can't have. Look what happened when he had the Helenius fight and the Franklin fight and the Otto Wiley fight. Apparently these fights were beneath him. So he's in a really difficult position where he can only fight 3, maybe 4 people. Maybe he fights Andy Ruiz again.
Is he the type of person that would believe in his own hype?
That wouldn't believe.
That would believe in his hype. You know, like after the 4 wins he had in Ngannou, Wallin, Franklin and Helenius, it was like AJ's the boy again. Do you think that would have got to him or not?
Nah, not at this point because he's already been there.
Because he's dealt with all that shit. Yeah.
Possibly before he felt like that, but not now. But I don't think he gets too caught up in here and now. I think he gets caught up in the process and just trying to be 1% better every single day. Do you know what I mean?
We've seen Dubois already lost to Oleksandr Usyk. We know that there was low blow gate that happened there. A little bit of turbulence going on.
Yeah.
Might have to get the old seatbelts on at some point. Yeah, no, I know. Both of us are.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it was. Okay, yeah, might be a seatbelt job. Yeah. I'm going to keep the camera rolling though.
Oh yeah, just to get a bit of me.
Just to get a bit of me. Troy Deeney puts his seatbelt on a PJ, as I now do mine as well. Yeah, on the topic of Daniel Dubois, we know that there was all that low blow gate that happened with Oleksandr Usyk. How do you see him against Tyson Fury? Because he's only 27, right? Like like he may have lost to Usyk, but this is still a very much developing fighter.
Yeah, I don't think anyone wants to fight him after that. I think I see on Sky where Usyk kind of avoided the question by saying, "Yeah, I'm going to fight Fury and figure it out after." Daniel Dubois is a big old lump, and after that, with the confidence he's got, you're going to be in a position where he's going to think he can blast people out there.
Can AJ win the rematch?
Of course he can. Of course he can. After that display, you'd probably say it's very difficult, without being disrespectful to Daniel. Like Daniel being a favourite going in. One thing I felt, I don't know if this is true, but it felt to me that Daniel thought he could hurt him at any times. And do you know what I mean? And it felt to me at times AJ thought, if he clips me, I'm in trouble. So that's something they'll have to be taken care of.
Just on this weekend's football action, Super Sunday yesterday. Firstly, I've never seen so many yellow and red cards at the start of the season. We always say the game's gone. Has the game well and truly fucking gone, Troy?
Yeah, the refs are becoming more and more important now. What I mean by that is, you're starting to see referees more and more. You're starting to notice them. The best referees in any sport, you hardly notice that they're there. So very, very frustrating with that. Feeling a little bit sorry for Arsenal. Trossard was stupid, and he's blasted the ball away, absolutely. But the Doku one is similar to Brighton where João Pedro's done it. And I just think they're getting a bad rap a little bit. But listen, both of those yellow cards for Rice and for Trossard were yellow cards. The reason I got frustrated yesterday was the referee ultimately ruined what was an unbelievable game. And it was really weird. So it was like 15 minutes. It was all Man City. They battered Arsenal. Then you have the Rodri injury. Completely shifts the momentum. Arsenal go and they get 2 up. And you're probably saying Arsenal look like they're going to win the game. Then you get the sending off. And it completely shifts the momentum again. And
they defended so well, though. It's typical, isn't it?
But then, as I said to my wife, who's an Arsenal fan, you can't block out for 45 minutes. They did really well. All the shots that they had, the blocks and the keeper and all of that. One will fall, one will drop to somebody because they had no out ball. And, it fell to John Stones and he finished. But City didn't look great. And I thought Arsenal came out of that with so much credit.
Do you feel like a little bit with City? And look, we see them look amazing against great sides. I feel like City are one of them sides, and you'll know better than I do, but like they'll go and pummel, I don't want to use a Southampton, but maybe Southampton, fair enough.
Yeah.
But sometimes a little bit of a different team when they face a bit of adversity.
No, I feel like City, a bit like Liverpool. So Liverpool just played Nottingham Forest and struggled because Forest came there with a game plan of not letting in too much space. And then I just watched the game on the weekend against Bournemouth, and they spanked Bournemouth because Bournemouth went out and took them on, and they got beat all over the place. So we always look at like City and Arsenal and Liverpool to a degree. Like, if they don't batter this team, they're not good enough. A lot of teams go against these people, trying not to lose, and if they can get a draw, it's a good day.
It's a win, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's a lot more difficult for those teams. And I felt like if Arsenal didn't have the red card, it would have made for a more entertaining game.
Yeah, it would have. It killed the game.
Yeah, we would have seen.
We had such an excellent game of football.
Yeah.
Red card stings the game, and you almost, as a fan, you're a little bit.
I don't know if you watched the game before. Did you see the Brighton game?
Yeah, Brighton Forest. Yeah.
Right.
Similar.
That's not a red card. Ball gives wipes him out. Good tackle. Good strong hard tackle.
Got the ball.
Got the ball. Took the player out. That's what you want to do as a player. It's perfect.
If we're going to have this constant situation with double yellows as such and VAR intervening and stuff like that, does then maybe get to a point where they start having, if it means there's a red, that they start reviewing yellows?
They may have to, you know. They may have to. Because it's just getting stupid and like... You know what annoys me the most is you start seeing games with teams like... If you watch a 3 o'clock game and you watch Southampton Ipswich, there you go, Southampton Ipswich, there'll be fouls in that Southampton Ipswich game that weren't given because it was Southampton Ipswich. But there'll be lesser fouls in the Man City Arsenal game because there's more eyes, more ears, more attention. The refs start to become prominent, and it's I think the referees really I think the referees really becoming a problem personally.
And then I suppose the only other thing, we were having a little natter earlier, look, we've seen Rodri come out, and I know he's obviously now got his injury or whatever, but he was talking about the intensity of the game and stuff like that. Look, fans will always say they're being paid X, Y, Z, whatever. There is the other argument, and look, I spoke about City earlier. They've got a game on Sunday, then they play Tuesday, slightly different because they'll field a completely different team. But here's even like the Champions League now, 6 games as a group stage.
Yeah, of course.
Just more intensity, right?
Of course there's more games, but the thing is, it was half and half, so they have more players to choose from. They have a better array of players to choose from. They have the best travel, they have the best nutrition, blah, blah, blah. But it is taxing physically and mentally. You will start.
And it's getting more and more.
Yeah, you will see more and more injuries because it's all year round, both club level and internationally. And then you just in this wonderful position now as a fan where you can literally turn the telly on all the time. But like you say, people can look at the City and go, they played again on Tuesday. That's disappointing. Arsenal just went away against Spurs, Thursday night away, Atalanta, Sunday away, Man City. I don't see anyone going so difficult on Arsenal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the schedule's tough for everybody.
Alright, Troy, there's a little bit of turbulence and I believe we are due to land, so we will wrap up. Final little plug for the Stomping Ground Beyond the Play podcast.
Beyond the Play.
Nice little episode with Jermaine Defoe this week.
There you go. I just found out JD's dropping. Yeah, one with JD. Good banter, good fun, good vibes. We're only going to get bigger and better. Both guests and me and you getting together, working. The sets will only get bigger. It's just a start, man. And don't worry, we ain't doing the private jets all the time, don't worry.
We're definitely not doing that. Troy Deeney, thank you for your time as always. Appreciate you, bro.